Black Women for Positive Change is a national volunteer, multi-ethnic, multi-faith network based in Washington, D.C. We are comprised of talented sisters, good brothers, millennials, and Gen Zers. We're also proud to have members who are affiliated with us who happen not to be Black. Our mission is to preserve and expand the Black working and middle class, change the culture of violence, and create opportunities as an alternative to violence. Our membership is nationwide, including the United Kingdom. If you don't see your state represented, we welcome you to start a chapter. We'd love to work with you.
Good morning, DC. My name is Nehemiah Sellers. First, I want to show my gratitude to Black Women for Positive Change for giving me this opportunity to speak out on matters that are important to our city and the nation. And of course, I must honor our elders, the ancestors, and the Creator. I'm here today as a proud resident of Southeast. Together, we are here to express concerns about the violence in our community.
Hi, my name is Danielle Winky Smith. I'm here representing Black Women for Positive Change, co-chair of Baltimore County chapter, and also we're partnering with Moms Demand Action. I just want to say this is just amazing. The old cliche, from the mouth of babes. These young people are amazing. It's something that it takes the children to come out and make a difference. Enough is enough.
If they are abusive today, if they do not respect you today, they will not change. They will not change. I thought he would change. He didn't. So I left and I went back. I left and I went back. And I left and I went back. And then finally, when he put his hands around my neck one night and said, "I'm going to kill you," the next morning, I left and I didn't go back.
Join us during the month of nonviolence and help us to change the culture of violence.
You're invited to join us on Saturday, October 16, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Elizabeth Keckley Awards, honoring Motown legend William Mickey Stevenson, Black America's civil rights attorney, Attorney Ben Crump, Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds, noted journalist, National Black Nurses Association, our nurses helping us through COVID, and Mary Bernadette Tolson, key staffer for 5 DC mayors and successful community activist, with special guest, gospel sensation Dietrich Haddon, singing his hit song, "I Can't Breathe." Don't miss this special event. Donations will be used to establish opportunities as alternatives to Violence Fellows programs. For more information, visit www.blackwomenforpositivechange.org.
The Black Women for Positive Change and the Positive Change Foundation invites you to the Elizabeth Keckley Awards. October 16, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern. Our honorees are William Mickey Stevenson, the first A&R man for Motown. Attorney Benjamin Crump, Black America's Attorney General. Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds, Black Pioneer White House Press Corps. The National Black Nurses Association. Mary Tolson, key staffer for 5 DC mayors. And you don't want to miss this. Our musical guest will be 3-time Grammy Award winner Dietrich Haddon. Admission is free. Donations are requested. The date to remember is October 16th. Register at Eventbrite. Elizabeth Keckley Awards. Don't miss it. For more information, visit blackwomenforpositivechange.org.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Councilwoman Jan Perry, and I am the Social Justice Chair for Black Women for Positive Change. I'm also your mistress of ceremonies for this afternoon, this evening, depending on where you are. I'm in Los Angeles, California, and I want to say a good thank you and a hello to all of our members and participants across the country, from Los Angeles to New York to Washington, D.C., the Midwest, the Southern states, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and everybody in between. Thank you for all of your hard work. Today, we're going to talk about opportunities as alternatives. I want to talk to you a little bit first, though, about who Black Women for Positive Change is. As a group, we are multicultural, interfaith, intergenerational, a group of women and good brothers. This is the month, the 10th annual month of families. We're talking about nonviolence and opportunities within the United States and the United Kingdom. And if you're interested in what we are doing and what we have done, please go to www.monthofnonviolence.org. Now let's get on with our program, because we have a lot to get done tonight, and it's all going to be really very inspiring. First up is the Reverend Oliver Bowie. He is the pastor of Abundant Life Church. He's also the co-chair of Black Women for Positive Change Faith Community. Reverend Bowie, it's good to see you, good brother.
It's good to see you, the Honorable Jan Perry, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. As we come together here, you can see that I'm all the way live on channel BW4PC for positive Black Women for Positive Change, coming out of Los Angeles, California. Let me pray and ask God's blessing on this great time as we honor those heroes and sheroes who will receive the Elizabeth Keckley Awards tonight. Let us pray. Most gracious and loving God, we thank you for your many blessings. Thank you for bringing us here once again to be able to honor those where honor is more than due. We ask, Lord, that you would bless this time as we come together. And Lord, that our honorees will continue to do the great work that you have made and planned and purposed for their lives. We ask, Lord, that you would bless everything about this evening, everything about this gathering. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thank you so much, Reverend Bowie. That was a beautiful prayer. And now we're going to have a special moment with a fellow who has a gift. He's got a gift from God. He's got a beautiful voice and an incredible message. His name is Dietrich Haddon, and he is going to sing for us, Change is Gonna Come.
Just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. And my background say, oh yes it will. someday beyond the sky. But it's been a long time coming, y'all. But I know change gotta come. Oh, yes it will. Take me to that bridge. And I go to my brother. I said, brother, will you help me, please? Put it winds up, knocking me. When I thought I would last long, but now I think that I can carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, yeah. Come on, church. A change is gone. Oh, a change is gone. Come, a change is gone. Yes, it will. A change is gone. But I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
Evening, and welcome to all of our networkers all over the country and all over the world who have joined us this evening for the Elizabeth Keckley Awards. We're honored to have you with us this evening because this is part of the 10th annual Month of Nonviolence, the 10th annual Month of Families, Nonviolence, and Opportunities. And we're very concerned and compassionate about what's going on in our country and the world as it relates to violence in our homes, in our neighborhoods, and all over the country. And so we really wanted to spend some time this evening talking about the importance of role models, the importance of people like you, the importance of people like the people we're going to honor tonight, who have lived their lives in ways that young people can imitate and emulate. Our award is called the Elizabeth Keckley Award. And Elizabeth Keckley was a woman born enslaved in Virginia. She experienced the worst of everything: rape, violence, abuse, everything that you can imagine for a Black woman to suffer from, she suffered from. And when she became an adult, her slave owner sent her down to St. Louis to be a slave for another family. But what they didn't count on was Elizabeth started working all night and making money on the side. She started designing dresses for women all through Missouri, and she earned enough money to buy her freedom and the freedom of her son. So this is a woman who knew how to take a hard time and turn it into success. And this is something we want our young people to know. So tonight we are very, very honored to have a group of people that you will meet. Many of you have heard of some of them before. Some of you will be meeting them for the first time. And we're going to share with you their backgrounds and who they are. It is our real privilege to start this evening off with a real role model, someone I didn't know anything about, but someone that I had heard his music all of my life. And this is a man, an unsung hero named Mickey Stevenson. And we're honored to present him with an Elizabeth Keckley Award because he personifies being a role model. This is a man who began working in the community of Detroit, just like any other kid, singing and dreaming and hoping that he could one day make it. And one day he did. And so we're going to share with you some of the top stars of this country talking about Mickey Stevenson, so you will know more about this wonderful man. Please play the video, and you're going to see Berry Gordy, Smokey Robinson, and Stevie Wonder.
As one of the architects of the sound of young America, he discovered musicians, he wrote hit songs, and he produced superstars. Mickey Stevenson, Motown's first A&R man.
Motown's 50th anniversary celebration was not about the stars, Diana, Stevie, Smokey, Lionel, the Temptations, etc., but about the people who made the stars, the unsung heroes. And Mickey Stevenson leads the list.
Mickey Stevenson is my brother. He has not received his props as someone who has contributed so much to the musical world. Mickey ended up becoming our first A&R director at Motown. Mickey went around to little clubs in Detroit and one by one gathered the guys who became the Funk Brothers.
The Funk Brothers created that unmistakable sound that launched 1,000 hits.
And we did not make hit records for white people. We did not make hit records for black people. We made hit records for everybody on the planet.
I think about the time that I came to Motown, the producers, as one we have here today, Mickey Williams Stevens, who was one of the first people that I met when I came to Motown. Yeah, Mickey!
Mickey was the one who convinced Marvin to start singing rhythm and blues. And he and Marvin wrote this song called Stubborn Kind of Fella. I guess it was probably about Marvin, because Marvin was a stubborn kind of fella.
Mickey turned out to be the greatest A&R man ever. He wrote, produced, brought in musicians like the Funk Brothers, brought my attention to Little Stevie Wonder. He even brought in a pizza delivery guy who was a writer who wrote the biggest standard song we had, a song called For Once in My Life. His name was Ron Miller.
We were dedicated to getting the best out of those that we signed to this company. And that meant all of us. I'm talking about from the producers to the writers. We were working at our best to give them the best so they could be the best. It was a phenomenal feeling. It became a family-type feeling. That was, I guess that was part of the dream of Berry Gordy. We all bought into that dream.
So there's no doubt that our first recipient of the Elizabeth Keckley Award is a man who has changed America. I like to say that everyone can remember a time when they fell in love to Motown music, and Mickey Stevenson was the man behind the throne. some of the people, and you heard them talk about the people he worked with, the Supremes and Marvin Gaye and the Four Tops and Martha and the Vandellas. So it is truly our privilege. We have presented Mickey Stevenson with an award, and now we are privileged to hear him as he receives his award from Los Angeles, California. Take it away, Mickey.
I am so proud to receive the Elizabeth Keckley Award. It is fantastic. It just took my breath away. And I want to say to them, the ladies are phenomenal, what they're doing, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Mickey, congratulations on your award. If anybody deserves it, it is you, man.
Oh man, it took my breath away. The Elizabeth Keckley Award for me, oh man. And those women are working so hard. For them to even recognize me was just breathtaking.
And I think it's just an awesome gesture for you to donate your book for the cause.
Oh yeah. I felt that if I can help them raise funds to do all the wonderful things that they're doing, I decided that $100 or more donation, I would autograph this book to all those who make that donation.
You can't beat that. An autograph from the living legend, incredible. And when I think about Black Women for Positive Change, the first name that comes to mind is Dr. Kismakia Corbett. Mm-hmm. You know, she's the developer of the Moderna vaccine.
Oh my God, yes.
Can you believe that? A lot of people don't know that, but that's an African-American woman who led that invention of the Moderna vaccine. So I think it's incredible, and it's just an example of how powerful our Black women are and their contributions that they've been contributing to our society for a long time. And it's about time that they're being recognized. Please let me say thank you so much for allowing me to present the music for this awesome event tonight.
And thank you for the incredible award and us giving the opportunity to help donate to this wonderful organization.
Back to you.
Thank you again, and congratulations, Mickey Stevenson. It's really exciting to have another chance to hear the beautiful, beautiful voice of pastor, actor, gospel singer, songwriter, music producer, and all-around incredible person, Dietrich Haddon, sing A Sick World. The song will be followed by the Honorable Dawn Hester, co-founder and national co-chair for Black Women for Positive Change and treasurer of the City of Norfolk, Virginia.
Let your people know you still care. Send your love now to clear the air. Oh, please, Lord, clear the air. Living in a sick world, but I'm praying you well. Can't stand to lose nobody else. Living in a sick world, asking heaven for a little help. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Detroit just ain't the same no more, and it ain't getting better on the West Coast. Tell me why we're treating each other so cold. People would rather put faith in a vaccine than wearing a mask, keeping their hands clean. And this will all go down in history. The thousands have died 'cause we could not
Thanks, Jan, and good evening, everyone. There is an urgency to reduce violence in our country. Black Women for Positive Change promotes violence prevention. It is imperative that we also provide positive opportunities as alternatives for people in our world today. It is now my honor to present the Elizabeth Keckley Award to the National Black Nurses Association. The association was formed in 1971, and this year they are celebrating their 50th anniversary. Congratulations to you. They have fought for equality and access to healthcare for all of us. And Black nurses have been instrumental in caring for our health for years and have worked tirelessly through the COVID pandemic. Association members introduced us to de-escalation, and legislation has been introduced in Congress to provide training nationwide. We have to get that legislation passed, along with a lot of other things. This is the 10th annual month of Families, Nonviolence, and Opportunities, and I want to acknowledge the leadership of Dr. Betty Williams, co-founder of the Black Nurses Association, Dr. Martha Dawson, Dr. Millicent Gotham, Executive Director of National Black Nurses Association, and former President Eric Williams, who helped to build the partnership between NBNA and Black Women for Positive Change. I would also like to give a shout out to Black nurses who have organized events and participated in activities during the month of nonviolence in Birmingham, Alabama. We had attorney Carthenia Jefferson, and I'm getting ready to miss Latanya Mathis in Phoenix, Arizona. They're all over the country. Reverend Dr. Rose Ellington Murray and Martha Skeet in New York, and the Domestic Violence Committee in Texas. Our sincere thanks to all of our teams of Black nurses who have helped us and who are working with the Violence Reduction Task Force. This evening, we honor all Black nurses for sharing their knowledge, for their tenacity, for their strength, compassion, their empathy, courage, and so much more. We appreciate you all so very much for all that you do. Dr. Martha Dawson, President of the National Black Nurses Association, thank you for accepting on behalf of your outstanding organization. Dr. Dawson.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure to accept this award on the behalf of the membership, the executive director, and also our chair of our Violence Reduction Committee, Attorney Carthenia Jefferson, and our co-chair, Ms. Monica DeBro. As I think about this award this afternoon, I must say that it is the nurses in our 111 chapters and 34 states and DC that are doing the work. We're indeed honored to be given this award, especially among such distinguished individuals. It is not so much what we do every day, but it's why we do it. We do it to serve others. We do it to uplift others. We do it to embrace those that may be marginalized. But we thank you for recognizing the work that we do. From our heart, we say thank you, thank you.
Yay.
Congratulations to all of you, and it's a recognition that is very, very well deserved. Next, we have a song that will retell the story of an incident that took place that shocked the world and showed the world what we in the African American community already knew. Pastor Dietrich Haddon will now perform his original composition, I Can't Breathe.
was George, and he walked into the store because his money was low. They called him a criminal, and they called authorities. They put handcuffs on me, and when I tried to explain, they responded with a knee. I can't breathe. Your hate is. This supposed to be the land of the free. Look at me, I can't breathe. Whoa, whoa. And I know I'm a strong black man, but please don't be afraid of what you see. Just like you, I'm trying to raise my family. Remove your knee, 'cause I can't breathe. And we demand a change. We demand it right now. And the blood of the innocent is crying from the ground. 400 years of slavery, clinging to a dream. When will reparations come? When will freedom ring? I can't breathe. Oh, your hatred is choking the life out of me. This is supposed to be the land of the free, but look at me, I can't breathe. Oh, 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 oh. Minneapolis, I'm praying for you. Breathe. Oh, New York City, I'm praying for you. Oh, breathe. Woo. I gotta tell my brothers and sisters in Detroit City. Oh, Detroit, breathe. Oh, ATL, Louisville, Tennessee, Boston, yeah. You gotta breathe, 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 you gotta breathe. Birmingham, Alabama, Louisiana, you gotta breathe. From Texas to LA, from Florida to the Bay. Oh, North Carolina, South Carolina, Philadelphia, you gotta breathe. Chicago, Ohio, San Francisco, people all over the world, from Africa to the UK. Oh, breathe. Oh, breathe.
Good evening. I hope that you're enjoying the Elizabeth Keckley Awards. We certainly are glad to have you with us this evening. Now we're going to go into the other part of our program. And as the song just said, I can't breathe. Out of this very traumatic event, losing George Floyd the way that we did, emerged several leaders. One of those we've known for quite some time, who is one of our honorary co-chairs, who is the Reverend Al Sharpton. Many of you know Reverend Sharpton has been very vocal about our rights, justice, equality, and now he even has his own talk show celebrating 10 years of having it on MSNBC titled Politics Nation. It comes on every Friday and Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're not watching Reverend Al, you're missing out because he's keeping our community clued in on everything politics. Reverend Sharpton he's the man. What else can one say? He's been involved since a very little boy, started out with James Brown, and it's just gone on to do many things. So tonight, we would like to thank the Reverend Rose Murray of New York, who made it possible for Reverend Sharpton to be here tonight. And we would like to honor him because this is the month of his birthday and he's still celebrating. And we have a surprise for him a little later in the show. Well, we have Attorney Ben Crump on the screen, and you know that he is America's Attorney General, our community. We are so proud of him. He has been supportive of Black Women for Positive Change for years. We love and appreciate him. And we want to thank our member, Attorney Carthenia Jefferson, for making sure that the Honorable Ben Crump is here tonight. So we are so honored to have Ben Crump with us tonight. We appreciate him. We appreciate what he has done in the name of civil rights, in the name of George Floyd and George Floyd's family. And for those of you that may not know, Attorney Crump is working with the Henrietta Lacks family out of Baltimore. He is working with them. If you don't know, Henrietta Lacks, her sales were taken from her, unbeknown to her and her family. And as a result of that, millions of dollars have been made and never been compensated for it. So we want to thank Attorney Crump for being our Black America's Attorney General, because he is on the case. He is making sure that wrongs are being corrected, and he is making sure that Black people are getting their due. So we certainly love and appreciate Attorney Crump, and we're very honored to have him here with us tonight.
I am so very grateful for this prestigious honor from the Black Women for Positive Change. And on behalf of my dear friend, Attorney Carthenia Jefferson, one of the best lawyers in America, bar none, I am so grateful to be with y'all this evening. I see my mentor, my hero, Reverend Al Sharpton, has joined us, so I will interrupt. I know that his time is always precious, so I defer to my mentor before I salute him and you all.
Well, let me say that when I heard that Ben Crump was getting this very prestigious and very honored award, I came out of a very serious meeting because he is that kind of serious person.
We have a very special award that a surprise, and Attorney Crump will fill us in on this surprise.
Certainly. You know, I found out that Reverend Al was presenting me with the Elizabeth Keckley Award, and they told me I would get to reciprocate to the man who helped prepare me to where I am at this stage in my career. If I am known as the Black America's Attorney General, I can put it on record that he was the first one to give me that title, as he has been a co-counsel for me on not only George Floyd case, Breonna Taylor case, Trayvon Martin case, Michael Brown case. In fact, we were just talking with the families in the White House, with the White House, talking about the George Floyd Policing Act executive order proposal. And so often we all mention Reverend Al Sharpton's name because he is the most effective civil rights leader we have in the world today. And I know that he always uses his influence for those who very often never have a voice, never ever able to be recognized for their humanity. The first person I called, Attorney Jefferson, after George Floyd family called me at 6:15 in the morning, was my mentor, Reverend Al Sharpton, because I knew that if we were going to make this a national case, an international case, it was going to be with the counsel of Reverend Al Sharpton, because I knew even before Trayvon Martin that it was codified with Trayvon Martin when it became the #1 news story in the world in 2012. And it's hard to believe, Reverend Al, that in February, it will be 10 years since Trayvon Martin. And we're going to see all kind of media, all kind of articles about 10 years later, how far have we come in America? But thank God we were able to raise the consciousness level of Black people in America with Trayvon Martin, because Reverend Al leadership helped make America conscious, raise where we started saying Black Lives Matter. So with the exception of my mother and my family, the most influential person in my life has been Reverend Al Sharpton at every corner, and I'm so honored to present him with the Elizabeth Keckley Award. And I accept my award in the name of Henrietta Lacks and Pamela Turner and Breonna Taylor and all the Black women that Reverend Al and I have championed in the last 10 years. Many of you don't know their names because, as Malcolm X said, Black women are the most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected people in America. And it's organizations like y'all that will help us change that reality that we see far too often. And it will be, again, with the leadership of the Reverend Al Sharpton, our civil rights leader in America.
Wow. Well, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. But let me say this. If Ben Crump had not been our nation's, Black America's Attorney General, the cases he named would not have gone far. He's not, in my opinion, he is not one that is among Black lawyers. He has set a new trend. And if I can say anything publicly, I could say this. The reason that I've showed up is because of my complete confidence in his integrity, his commitment. It is not about just cases for him or headlines or whatever settlements are. He's there to get justice, and he never leaves them. And for him to turn around and you all be part of this, and I've done some research on Elizabeth Keckley. This is a real honor, and it is sweetened by the fact I'm taking this honor with a man that I think has changed the course of history. Time magazine says he's one of the 100 most influential Americans, Black or white, this year. He's been that for us every year for the last decade. And so as just one that has been trying to help keep him not having to do the street work while he worked the courtrooms and the suites, and he would slip into the street sometime when we couldn't stop him. I'm honored, and I'm honored with this organization and any way National Action Network can support the organization and the continued work, because he talks about his mother. My father left when I was 9 years old. I was raised by a single mother who scrubbed floors to take me and my sister on welfare with food stamps and make us meet somebody. Taught me life's not about where you start, it's where you're going. So I, in memory of my mother, which is ironically, he brought up Trayvon Martin. She passed the morning we had the big Trayvon Martin march. And I went anyway because my mother raised me to be that way. She also raised me that when you find a good person, you stand with them. And I want you to know, as I visit my mother's grave, I tell her I have found a good person that I could work with, that I don't have to watch my back or worry about my front. His name is Ben. And I only wish my mother could have met him, but I've met him, which means she knows him as well. Thank you to the organization, and thank you, Ben Crump, for being Ben Crump.
Congratulations, Reverend Al Sharpton, and to Attorney Benjamin Crump. Thank you for honoring us both of you, honoring us with your presence and your grace and your life transforming work. We will always be grateful. Next, I'd like to bring back Reverend Bowie to make a few comments on our next honoree. Reverend Bowie, if you will.
Good evening once again, and God bless you as we prepare to see some slides on this queen of a woman in the honoree of the person of Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds. Present the slides at this time, please.
These slides show Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds with President Jimmy Carter, with First Lady Barbara Bush, with President Bill Clinton, with Martin Luther King III, with tonight's honoree, Benjamin Crump, Attorney General for Black America, with Congresswoman Maxine Waters, and here is a copy of her book, My Love, My Life, My Legacy by Coretta Scott King, that Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds.
As we have enjoyed those slides, you've just got a glimpse of some of the people that this honoree, Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds, has interviewed, has been a part of. She's an incredible woman. And as we prepare at this time to receive some comments from Dr. Ben Chavis, the president of the National Newspaper Publisher Association, and then I will come back and have some words myself. Thank you.
On behalf of the National Newspaper Publishers Association, representing the Black press of America, all 230 of our African-American-owned newspapers and media companies, we're so pleased to pause to join with Black Women for Positive Change. Thank Dr. Myers and all of the sisters who continue to make this marvelous organization, Black Women for Positive Change, possible as we challenge and change the culture of violence in America, particularly in Black America. Today, sisters and brothers, ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to award one of the foremost journalists, foremost freedom fighters, who continues the good work, who continues to break through, who continues to make a big difference, a critical difference in all of the communities in which she served over the past decades. I've known Barbara Reynolds for a long time. And ever since I first met her decades ago, she has been on the front line, fearless, making not only her contributions in journalism, contributions in terms of the church, her contributions in terms of the culture, but she epitomizes what it means to be a transformer. She epitomizes what it means to be a spiritual leader. But more than that, she epitomizes what it means to be a sister leader. And for all these reasons, we were pleased to award the 2021 Elizabeth Keckley Award to Barbara Reynolds, the Reverend Dr., the Honorable Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds. Dr. Reynolds, God bless you. Continue your great work. And on behalf of Black Women for Positive Change and all of the organizations that we represent and the communities that we serve, we're honored to present this prestigious award to you at this time. And in the African tradition, when you present an award to someone, it's not just an award to an individual, it's an award to a living legacy. It's an award to a tradition of people of African descent. From that first enslaved African touched the shores of Virginia from Angola, it was an African woman. And certainly throughout our year, we know the role that Elizabeth Keckley has played as a social transformer. So this award is so important. And we pause, and I thank Black Women for Positive Change for giving me the special privilege to present this award to our beloved Barbara Reynolds. God bless you.
At this time, as I stand here being honored to present this Elizabeth Keckley Award to Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds, I want to say that I am forever grateful to be called a friend by Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds. She is a queen of a woman. And let me just say, before I go too far, that words are not adequate enough to express who she is and what she means to me and what she means to each and every one of us. She is a voice for the voiceless. She is the strength for the weak. She is the brain for many of those who can't think. And she speaks out in a way that when she speaks, people listen. Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds, my friend, my colleague, my confidant. As I said, words are inadequate to express what you mean to me and what you mean to others. She is a trailblazer. She has opened doors, not only for women, but she's opened doors for all people. And I just want to present this, as we present this award to you, I want you to know how thankful and grateful I am personally to have the honor to even speak on your behalf in this presentation. And in a day and time where many people who is mature as Reverend Dr. Barbara Reynolds, they are usually on the decline. She is still ascending. She is someone special. So on behalf of Black Women for Positive Change, as we present this Elizabeth Keckley Award, I don't know anyone who's more deserving than you. God bless you.
Thank you. With such kind words from you, Pastor Bowie, and to be among Reverend Sharpton and Ben Chavis and all the honorees, it means so much to me. I have to make sure I hold it together. But I must say that whatever I am, that I accept this honor with the people who pray and are in my circle of love. I have to thank Bishop Alfred Owens of Greater Mount Calvary Holy Church. My two sons, Keith McGee and Eric Reynolds. My spiritual daughters, Tania Kennedy, Minister Tracy Gales, and Dr. Jane Colton, and Kathy Queen, the vice president of my ministry, the Harriets. She's here today. I also must remember my mentors, and that was journalist Ethel Payne and Coretta Scott King, who allowed me to carry on her vision in my writings. I want to say just a little bit about this organization because I am an insider. I met Dr. Stephanie Myers and Karen Carrington. I think it must have been about 10 years ago. I worked with them to elect President Obama and thankfully to defeat Trump. Well, one day we were discussing the direction of how the organization should move. And I remember saying, violence, that's about life and death. That is the most important pressing issue that Black Americans and the nation face. So the next day, Dr. Myers called and she said to me, I know what you said. We agree, violence. So let's do something about it. She said, let's change the culture of violence in America and in the world. And I said to myself, what? I'm just talking. I'm just trying to have a conversation. But before I knew it, I was thrust in the middle of a movement that was determined to make it happen. Under her leadership, we organized women who had lost children to violence and managed to get them into the White House to meet with President Obama. A little girl in Southeast Washington, she was shot. And the little girl asked, what did I do to get shot? And we know that no child deserves this. So we took it to the street. We organized a press conference and we worked with the police to answer her questions and work for solutions. We've produced movies against domestic violence, against school dropout, and to offer alternatives to uncontrolled anger. We've called upon the churches to preach sermons against violence. We have youth concerts and essay writing competition to help youth understand violence is not normal, and neither is disrespect. Recently, my friend, Dr. Myers, had the audacity to just stand up and declare one day, October is the month of nonviolence. And so it is. And so around the nation, in so many cities, God has continued to bless us. Many cities are now celebrating the week of nonviolence. It started that way and now it's the month. So we'll be blessed. It is a movement that has many, many good brothers, such as Pastor Bowie, who work from coast to coast with us. It is multiracial and multi-religious and intergenerational. Now, you know, we could have sat around and cursed the darkness, but we did decide to light a candle, this little light of ours, that we've always been able to let it shine. We lit a candle, and then we began to have opportunities to make life better. We know we got to do more. We know robots are taking our jobs. Cars are driving themselves, and drones can deliver our groceries. We hope to establish an academy for youth to be able to work with new technologies, with space launches to Mars and to the moon. We want our youth to be a part of that. So in closing, some people have said, do you really think you can do all these things to stop violence? And I say, no, we can't do it all, but we can do all we can. You see, we are blessed by a spirit in this universe that has always pushed evil back and good forward. We have the spirit of Harriet Tubman, who first freed herself and returned to free so many others as a guide. Mary McLeod Bethune, she took a whole lot of barely nothing and started Bethune-Cookman College in Florida. The spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Sr. He was a man I interviewed once. And I sat there with him. And I said, you know, a white man killed your son, Martin. And a black man killed your wife, Alberta. How do you feel about that? And he said, I never will stoop low enough to hate. I will still preach love and move us forward. So I am honored to be a part of that movement that passes forward the same love, hard work, and dedication to the next generation. We have here, Black Women for Positive Change, the audacity to believe we have come this far by faith, and it is a faith that never fails. Thank you so much for this honor. Can I take it? Yeah. Okay.
If I could have Miss Dana Blake Tolson join me, Donald Tolson, and Mr. Stan Jackson, please come forward. This award is very special, and tonight, the brother of Miss Bernadette Tolson will present the award to her children in her stead. She's not able to be here tonight, but very excited about receiving this award. Not many can say that they have had the privilege to serve as Chief of Staff, Senior Advisor, and Special Assistant to 5 DC mayors. I'm talking about Mary Bernadette Tolson, affectionately known as Bernie, who has enjoyed an illustrious 31-year career in DC government. She's a consummate professional and dedicated team player. It's those qualities that catapulted her career to become coordinator of DC Department of Employment Services, implementing Mayor Barry's first summer youth employment program.
The question, always comes when you live in a community that's oppressed and people are living like we have to live in the Black community. How do you get a handle on all these problems? If you solve them by trying to create in the citizens an awareness of a need for dramatic and drastic change in this community.
Hi, I'm Sharon Pratt, and I suspect the reason I'm talking with you today is that I was also the first African-American woman to become mayor of a major American city when in 1991, I became mayor of my hometown, Washington, D.C.
One thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this program continues.
The Democratic Party will never move past or doesn't show any evidence that they're going to move past their lockstep support with teachers unions.
Bernie helped found Black Women for Obama in 2008. She is a founding and charter member of Black Women for Positive Change, helping to change the culture of violence. Known as the mayor of her Mississippi Avenue Southeast neighborhood, she continues to serve. Mary Bernadette Tolson is every woman and embodies the attributes of the Elizabeth Keckley Award.
Thank you for being here this afternoon. I'm Stan Jackson, truly honored and blessed to be before you today to present this amazing Elizabeth Keckley Award to someone who I have known, who I'm honored to call my sister, who I'm pleased to be here this afternoon to present an award to an amazing trailblazer. And I use this word not very loosely. Bernadette is an amazing woman. She and I have been friends for 3 decades. She and I have been family for 3 decades. Bernie is the epicenter of passion. She is the epitome of continuous, resilient support. Bernie goes beyond and above any expectation to serve. The one thing that I have learned from my years of being associated with Bernie is that she is love. She is the definition of love. I've never met a person in my life who has not met a stranger. Everyone she meets, she attempts to befriend. What I can say to you without hesitation, being part of Bernie's journey has caused me to become a better person. And I stand here today as a brother who is part of this amazing movement of Black Women for Positive Change, who have been working tirelessly with Bernie to change the behavior and attitude and belief that violence is normal. violence is not normal. Violence must be de-escalated and it must change. I'm so proud to stand here today to present this award to Bernie's children. And I say children very humbly because they are really part of a continuation of who she was. Bernie was a true servant. And she was able to serve because Bernie loved people. And the one thing that excited me about Bernie, she never met a person who she could not love. And I say that very humbly because what I have seen is that this attitude and this behavior has transisted through her family. When I look at Dana, her beautiful daughter, and I look at Donald, her amazing, handsome son, my friend, I kind of know where they came from. I know how they are built. I know where their passion and compassion comes from. It is without any hesitation or reservation that I stand here today truly humbled to know that I have an opportunity to reciprocate to my sister this amazing award that she presented to me in 2016. How amazing is that? God is just truly amazing. Who would imagine that I would be here so honored to be able to reciprocate to my sister who I have loved unconditionally and will continue to love her unconditionally. And I want to say to her siblings, both Dana and Donald, wow, you have some huge footprints to continue to follow. Your mom is the love of my life as my sister. And I will cherish this relationship for the rest of my life. And so with that, I would say to both Donna, on behalf of Black Women for Positive Change, I present this amazing award to you on behalf of this amazing organization for the amazing work and the amazing resilience of an amazing, beautiful Black woman. And I say that without any hesitation or reservation. So with that, continue to stay blessed, give her my regards, and continue to do the wonderful work. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. My brother and I want to say thank you. My mother would do it herself, but she can't be here. But my mom was everything to everybody. If you needed anything, call Bernie. She can get it for you. And if she couldn't, she knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody who could get it done for you.
Absolutely.
So that's just how my mother is. I think I got that from her because I did 27 years in the Air Force and I was that go-to person. You know, go ask Dana, she can help you. And that's what I did. And I learned that from my mother. And they tell me as long as I'm living, she'll never die because I look just like her. So that's one good thing. And my brother works for DC government, just like my mom. And my mom has done so many things. Before she did DC government, she was in the medical field just like I was. She was a nuclear medical technologist. And she was OJT'd into that. You don't even hear about that anymore. So my mother was just so many things to so many people. And we appreciate that the Black Women for Positive Change can see that and honor that and make sure that she knows that the love she gave has been returned to her. Yes. And we are going to make sure that she gets this. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. We say thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to our honoree and to her family. And thank you, Stan Jackson, for such beautiful words. I also want to take a minute to give thanks to all of the people who worked so hard on this program this evening. Now, we're not quite done, so don't sign off. We've got another performance, and we've got, as always, a closing prayer. But I want to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy day to see what we've been doing here at Black Women for Positive Change. And to the production crew who works so hard, Hattie Carlis of Carlis Design Studios, Henry Joseph, and Auntie Anthony Venuto, thank you. And also thank you, Dr. Stephanie Myers and the Honorable Dawn Hester and Karen Carrington for organizing and visioning this event. You know, we can't do it without some help though, and I just want to remind everybody, please feel free to go to www.monthofnonviolence.org to see what else we've been working on and other programs we presented. We need your support. We need your contributions, your donations, and your participation. This is our 10th annual month of nonviolence, and we wanted to bring a different experience to you all so we could enjoy this together. And now we will have a closing prayer by Reverend Rose Ellington Murray. She is the co-chair of this event and of the Faith Leaders Committee and president of the New York Black Nurses Association. And after that, stay on, don't hang up. We're going to have another performance by Dietrich Haddon. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Reverend.
Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper, you will not be harmed, plans to give and to hope for a future." And if we were to say this to all of the honorees, God has a plan for you. The plan was put into your heart and you worked the plan. You worked the plan with God because God made it possible for all of your endeavors. God made it possible for everything that you did, and you did what God told you to do. So, dear Heavenly Father, we come in the blessed name of Jesus to say this evening, dear God, saying thank you for the service and for working God's plan. Thank you for every honoree. Thank you for everyone on this endeavor, dear God. They work God's plan and God will work it out. No matter what happened, just keep working for the Lord. So we thank you, God, for giving them the power, the knowledge, and the understanding that they will go forth in your name, working your plan, doing your work. And dear God, we thank you for the recognition. We thank you for all of their talents and to let them know, and they want you to know only what they do for Christ will last. So we thank you, dear God. We give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise, because it could not be done. It would not be done without you, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you for being with us. And we can read in the chat room that there have been some audio glitches here and there. We apologize. We pulled this together with Los Angeles, Birmingham, Alabama, Tallahassee, Florida, New York, Washington, D.C., and there's just a lot to the technology. And so the audio, I know it was up and down. So we're going to stream this on Zoom and on Facebook. So if there are parts of this program that you missed, we will make it available to you. So please come to visit blackwomenforpositivechange.org and we'll have it up. And thank you all so much for being here. And thank you so much to our honorees and to everyone. Good night, everyone. And now
Good
let's hear
night.
the final song from Dietrich Haddon.
Giving you the spirit of fear, but power and love, and it's not mine. Declaring nothing held up. It's open door season over.